you guys, what is going on here? It is yours truly, the real Sakurai here, and before we get started with this video, I really just want to say again, and I'm gonna say every time we hit a couple of more subscribers, thank you guys so much for subscribing and viewing the content, even my Let's Play, just for that, like even if I get 4 views, I cannot thank y'all enough for taking the time out of your day to watching my content, watching the videos, watching my own hearing my opinion and stuff like that. We are now at, I believe, 800 something subscribers now. Let me check, because I think 804 subscribers. 804, and that has been transpired after like 2 days. We were just at 700 something, and now we're at 800. Like, it's honestly just crazy to me. But whether or not we hit 1,000, it doesn't matter to me, because right now YouTube is trying to, dwindle me down and not let me post the content that I want on the channel, which I'm going to talk about in another video. But we're gonna get that aside from another time. But today, we're going to be reacting to another video of the GrandLineReview. Cause I have it in me to watch every arc review that he has done, and basically listen to his point of view on each of the arcs and whatnot. Because I watched the show. I don't know about y'all, but I watched the show a lot, and I'm contemplating whether or not I want to go all the way back to episode 1 to watch it. I've watched episode 1, 2, and 3, and 4 during this weekend and whatnot, because I was sharing it with my mom, and I was actually showing her episodes of One Piece so that she could get into it. But yeah, other than that, let's get on into this. So this is the Syrup Village arc review. Let's get on into it.
Hello and welcome to the Grand Line Review, your source for everything One Piece. Today we are going to pick up right where we left off in One Piece history and jump straight into an arc review of Syrup Village.
Right.
And when I say straight into, well, I actually lied. We have some business to sort out first, and that is the random chapter with Gaimon. It doesn't fit into the Orange Town or Syrup Village arc. However, it is incredibly important to mention because, rather surprisingly, this Gaimon side trip is where we first learn about the structure of the One Piece world in regards to the Grand Line and the Red Line. So this
that
little
is
mini
true.
arc is actually pretty integral to read early on in the series, if just for that alone. And a weird fact to bring up right here, right now, is that the whole Gaimon thing takes place after Syrup Village in the anime, rather than after Orange Town in the manga. And so in the anime, Usopp is also present here. Once again, I'm not exactly sure why they decided to change the order around like this. Maybe they just wanted to assemble a crew as soon as...
See, I didn't know that. That's why I'm watching these videos and I'm sharing it with you guys, because I didn't know as to how much the anime has changed, the manga's format and whatnot. That's why I need to read the manga. That's exactly why I need to read the manga. So...
possible, I don't know really. It's just another example of an odd Toei decision. But let's head into Syrup Village. This arc spans 19 manga chapters and 9 anime episodes, and I'm not going to lie, it's one of my least favorite arcs in the entire series, if not the least favorite. So fun fact, when I first became aware of One Piece, it was due to the 4Kids dub airing on Cartoon Network. However, the episode I caught was during the Syrup Village arc, and I pretty much changed the channel as soon as Usopp appeared. I did not take to Usopp very well at all, so an arc centering around him is definitely something that holds very little appeal to me. And this is especially true in the manga, because Usopp's original design was utter trash. And over time, he gradually turned into what we all know and love today. But originally, he was an eyesore. In addition to that, his personality was cowardly and unlikable, although I will say that after learning about his childhood and how he would lie for the sake of his mother, it did draw me into his character a bit more. But that's all way at the end of this arc. As for the...
I hate to cut that off, but like, what he's saying is true. Like, in the beginning, Usopp was very cowardly, and he, even though his dream was to be a man of the sea, a brave man of the sea, he always tried to find, like, I think it was like a cloaking mechanism that he always put on because he was doing it like his entire life. He was lying, he was covering up for himself and whatnot. And he was, trying to find any, undermining way out of a bad situation. And this arc like showed it, like, even though a lot of times he didn't have to, he did it so much is that people didn't believe him. And it got to a point where the girl, which is on the screen right there, she looked up to him the most. She loved the hell out of him until it got to a point where, like, that was the last lie that he could tell, and she got tired of it, because she couldn't tell whether or not he was telling the truth or telling a lie. So, yeah, I mean, the Japanese version of Usopp I actually like, and it made me cry. This argument actually made me cry when we got to his backstory, when he was a little kid, and like how his father, who is a member of Shanks' crew, spoiler alert, decided to leave him on that island to go live a pirate's life, and then his mother died, and then like you could just understand a little as to why he was like that, because like shit.
Arc itself, I think everything happens very slowly, even in the manga, but especially in the anime, and it is quite difficult to get through at times. In fact, whenever I introduce someone to the series, I usually warn them that this point in the manga or the anime is as bad as it's going to get, and once you get through it, it's a straight line to glory. But this arc doesn't just suffer because of Usopp. There is also the presence of the primary antagonist, Captain Kuro. This
I hated
genius
that bitch.
tactician, hailed as the second smartest man in East Blue, concocts a plan to become a butler for 3 years in order to eventually secure the fortunes of a wealthy girl named Kaya. And if there's a part of this story I will give credit to, and trust me, there aren't many parts like this, it is here, because the idea of a pirate just trying to retire and get out of the game is pretty cool, and I don't think we've really seen it since in the series. With that said, his plan involved him doing something he absolutely hated for 3 whole years of his life, when he could have easily just burst in, slaughtered the entire family, stolen the fortune, and retired somewhere nice. Instead, Kuro's long-form plan is foiled by a cohort of rookie pirates and a boy with a slingshot. And it's such a ridiculous shame, because the idea of Kuro is incredibly cool. I love his combat style, and any flashback featuring him during his pirate days is fascinating. I would have much preferred to see Pirate Captain Kuro rather than this watered-down retirement butler Kuro we got. His crew, while designed uniquely, were a bit off for my taste, and I speak specifically of the
they
Meow
sucked.
Band brothers, or whatever
They
were
sucked.
called. These guys just don't hit me at all, and in the anime I remember it taking far too long for Zoro to defeat these jokes.
They
On the other hand, we
sucked.
have Django the Hypnotist, who was pretty cool actually.
Yeah,
had
he
a nice,
was. He was the
healthy
only
dose
one
of
that was
comedy
pretty cool.
about him and a pretty threatening power.
was
But
funny.
to me, he was criminally underutilized and defeated in a pretty lame manner by Usopp. Okay, I need to stop hating on Usopp, but honestly, I credit his original design and the Syrup Village arc in conjunction with the 4Kids dub as the reason why One Piece never really took off in the Western world. And yeah, we're getting over it now, but still, this barrier held this amazing series back for at least a decade.
It did.
What I will
it
say
did,
for
which is
Usopp
the
is that
sad
he
thing
did
about
have a
that.
nice relationship with Kaya, and I do love how he made it his mission to cheer her up every day by doing what he does best.
Yes, he did.
Lying.
Yeah.
And just as Buggy did in Orange Town, Usopp was at least able to expand the One Piece world by way of his father Yasop, who was a member of Shanks' crew and someone Luffy met as a child. So that was a nice way of instantly bonding Luffy and Usopp, because otherwise I legitimately had a lot of difficulty understanding why Luffy asked him to join the crew. I mean, then again, Luffy had also asked Gaimon to join the crew a few chapters prior, so he was probably less picky and pretty desperate for members at this stage. In my opinion, the best thing to come out of the Syrup Village arc was the addition of the Going Merry. Of course, knowing
Yes.
Merry's eventual fate, reading this moment again comes off as quite bittersweet, but I'm
Let's
certainly
not talk
thrilled
about
any
that.
time I get to see Merry again. And really, I think that about does it for Syrup Village. It's a bump in the road for me, and an arc I always need to force myself to slog through. It has some good moments and some cool ideas, but it really doesn't stand up to the rest of the series in any way, shape, or form. Next week, we are going to be jumping into the Baratier arc, a significantly more exciting story.
Yes,
for
I
every
love that
reason
arc. That arc was
imaginable.
awesome.
If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to like, favorite, or subscribe, and please do comment with your thoughts on the Syrup Village arc. This has been the Grand Line Review, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah. But yeah, just like he was saying about the 4 Kids one, that was the thing that actually screwed One Piece over for a lot of people who really wanted to know about the series, because that's how I first found out about One Piece. Like, I saw it on 4 Kids on Saturday mornings, and as painful as this sounds, I actually didn't have a problem with the One Piece opening, the 4 Kids One Piece opening. Simply because they played it so much, it got in my head, and I started humming it, and like the words to this very day are in my head. The words to this very day, to that opening theme are in my head. Like, I don't have any recollection as to when or how it just got in my head like that. It just played so much, and I can honestly tell you that even though that song played a lot, I did watch One Piece. I did watch it on 4 Kids. I didn't watch it as much because it just didn't appeal to me. Like the characters' voices, I did not like. And then once I finally found out that I could watch the original content of One Piece, you know, the anime, Japanese anime, on here, I was all for it. I was all ready to go. I binged watched that shit from sun up to sundown. I want y'all to know that. Like, seriously. And I had more fun watching episode 1 all the way to this arc than I did watching the 4 Kids version. That's 100% fact. So, yeah. Other than that, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be putting a playlist of all these arc reviews that I'm going to be reacting to, because I feel as though that some people like these reactions to the arc reviews, and I really like the Grand Line Reviews content. So if you have not watched this content, go watch this content, please. It's refreshing. It honestly is. And for those of you who don't know what One Piece is, that's something that can probably hint at you, you know. Also, just to let y'all know, I'm gonna be doing another reaction regarding One Piece. You know how I did the AMV reaction to like Monkey D. Luffy. I'm gonna be doing another one for Ronor Zoro, the Right Hand of the King AMV. But I'm not gonna put it on here because they copyrighted the one that I put on here for our Captain Monkey D. Luffy. So I'm just gonna put it on my Facebook fan page, and then I'm gonna put the link on here so that y'all can go see it. So if you guys want to go see it, feel free to do so. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Other than that, this has been the real Sakurai, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm out. Peace.